damje de deve judan dembar jurje dungar dan dungar je judan chawar jur dungar mebe deva damba dai mendar va jurje Niren chadai nidan jarvai tanyai chenpo la nebar jorje samjen damjen dewa dan deve judan dem dungar ji judan chawar jorje dungar mebe dewa Tamba dai mendarava jurje nyeren chadai nidai ndaro Tanya jembo la nebar jurje samjen damji Dewa dan de judan dembar jurje dungar Jejudan Rawar George Dungar Mebe Dewa Damba Dai Mendarav Niren Chadai Nidan Darvai Danya Chemhola Nebar George Parden Zawe Lama Ramboje Dage Jawar Bede Dinjo Garden Jembo Gone Jizon Gozon Toje Ngurob Zardo So Okay, once again, come back to the teaching that we are discussing on the Uttaratantra Shastra. In that teaching, day before yesterday, we have briefly discussed on the introduction part of teaching. So probably that part of teaching is quite easy to us. We have discussed author, like Bodhisattva Maitreya, who taught this teaching to the Asanga. And also we have a little discussion what is history behind this teaching and so on. And then we have discussed day before yesterday the subjects what consist in this particular treatise, Uttaratantra Shastra. That those are 7 points, 7 Vajra points. The first one is Buddha, second one is Dharma, third one is the Sangha. Then Buddha natural and enlightenment, and then quality of enlightenment, and the last, the activity of enlightenment. Those 7 Vajra points consist in this particular teaching, Uttaratantra Shastra. And then we have discussed in this yesterday or day before yesterday, all these 7 Vajra points, how those are related to each other. Like, that's a order. Like Buddha appears, because of that, Dharma can exist. Since Dharma exists, then there would be followers of the Dharma and the practice and individually attained state of Sangha, liberation. So Sangha exists. Because that is possible, every sentient beings have Buddha nature, the inherently seed of enlightenment or nature of enlightenment presents every sentient being's mind, So therefore, Sangha can be exist. So when Sangha eventually achieved Buddhahood, what happened is enlightened. So therefore, enlightenment is explained in seven-point mind. Then within this enlightenment, what kind of qualities are contained? So therefore, express the qualities of enlightenment. And last, because there are a lot of qualities, enlightened qualities, then Buddha or enlightened beings be able to perform many different activities for benefit of countless sentient beings. All those things that we have already mentioned day before you study. You keep in your mind, okay? Don't forget. This introduction part is quite important sometimes. Once you say, I have learned Uttaratantra Shastra, then somebody may ask you, who's the author? How it happens? When? And what kind of subjects consist in this particular teaching? All those things should be ready to answer if somebody asks questions. So today we come to the actual teaching in this particular teaching, so-called in the Uttaratantra Shastra. First Vajra point, which is the Buddha. Okay. When we talk about the Buddha, in this particular case, we are talking in the three jewels. The first one, three jewels: Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So, in these three jewels in Buddhist tradition, Buddha is the first. We are talking about that one. We are not really talking about a person awaked, achieve enlightenment, then that particular person's history, okay? We are not talking about that, okay? Even we are not talking about Buddha Shakyamuni's history, 12 deeds, so on. Rather, when we talk about Buddha, we are talking about that someone possibility to achieve state of Buddhahood. At that Buddhahood, what kind of qualities contains there? What kind of qualities may discover or may found that particular person? We are talking about that, okay? Having said that, you may have heard a lot about the qualities of the Buddha. It is like almost literal meaning of the Buddha, or maybe sometimes we could say characteristic of the Buddha, or definition of the Buddha. All these things there are a lot of things to say. For instance, Buddha in the literal meaning, Buddha in Sanskrit words, literal meaning just awaked one. Awaked one. Awaked from what? From where? From deep sleeps of ignorance. From the very beginning, last time, sentient beings are sort of sleeping, in the deeply sleeping in the ignorance. And we are constantly dreaming of illusory of samsaric phenomena, ups and the downs, and the ups and the downs, different life situations passing one after another, or are there dream? Because in ignorance, dreaming, and those are the illusion. Because of dream. So someone who awaked from that deep dream, what happens then? That person, it's naturally, he is awaked from the dream of ignorance. He sees the truth. No more dream. The dream of the samsara disappeared. Okay? But he sees the truth, the true nature of the existence. What is the truth? So that means awaked one. So according to Tibetan words, Buddha translated as Sangye, two words, combination express one state, one thing. Sangye. Sang is literal meaning is awaked. The same as Buddha, awaked. Then Tibetan translators added the second word, je, developed, accomplished. So, sang, you are awaked from the ignorance. You are no more suffering from the disturbing emotions, karmic tendencies. You are totally free from that, the dream, illusory dream of the sleeping of ignorance. And at the same time, you obtained something. Not just you awaked, but you gained something. So therefore, je, developed, or we could say developed, accomplished. So those are the tremendous wisdom, love, compassion, kindness, power. All the Buddha's qualities developed. So therefore, these two words combinates makes one word Buddha. I should not say that Sangye is the definition of the Buddha, or maybe that it is just a little explanation for the state of enlightenment, Sangye. So on. There are a lot of things to say in that case. So today we begin to talk according to Uttaratantra Shastra, how describes state of Buddhahood or enlightenment through the different qualities. Okay, different qualities express the state of Buddhahood. So keep them in your mind. There are 6 qualities. 6 qualities explains what is the Buddha. So I'm going to read root text. If you have root text, just look at it. First in the Tibetan. Kanye Toma Wunta Meje Sanje Nirang Nam Sanje Nene Mato Toser Jemi Tagbe Lamtem Chenze Radre Dorje Chonam Dungar Nyugu Chönze Nazo Tate Chikoro Tetsum Ziban Jigze Telandu. It's beautiful words. This sentence is so beautiful. Verses are so beautiful in Tibetan poem. So here, the first shloka, first verse, pay homage to the Buddha, or praise to the Buddha by using his qualities, enlightened qualities. Okay, enlightened qualities. So I'm trying to read in English. Buddha is without beginning, middle, or end. He is peace itself, fully self-awakening, and self-expanded in Buddhahood. Having reached this stage, he shows the indestructible permanent path, so that those who have no realization may realize. Wielding the supreme swords and warrior of the knowledge and compassionate love, he cuts the seedling of suffering. and destroy the walls of doubts alone with its surrounding thicket of various views. I bow down to this Buddha. Buddha Maitreya bowed down to the Buddha. So here we can see the 6 qualities, okay? 6 qualities that which describe the state of the Buddha enlightenment. The first one is what here mentions is without the beginning, middle, and end. What I mean by that? Without beginning, middle, end. That means the state of the Buddhahood, enlightenment, is totally beyond in the time frame, timeless. If something manifests in the time, it must have the beginning and the middle and the end. That particular things must be composed phenomena, conditional existence. Oh, the state of Buddhahood is not that one. Free from time zone, timeline, there's no the point to say, the arise point, beginning points. There's no point to say something, this is exists or this is not exist. It's in the middle. There's no continuation something. There's nothing to say that's ending. So meaning is uncompounded nature. Uncompounded nature. Unconditional nature. Do you understand that? We can imagine a little bit, but it's deep down, it's difficult to grasp. So at least in that case, we should understand state of the Buddhahood is permanent, forever. Nothing to do with time, nothing to do with the direction also. There's no center point, there's no border points. It's limitless, timeless state of nature. It's forever. Dharmakaya, Dharmata. All those something manifests within the time, within the conditions, illusion, does not really exist. It's a conditional existence, interdependently existing. So therefore, those things are not really exist. From the point of view of logic and reason. But something go beyond this conditional existence, time frame. That means that particular is uncompounded, non-conditional. So that must be permanent. That must be forever. Okay. The first quality of Buddhahood is, you could say timeless. You could say uncompounded phenomena. You could say unconditional. Or maybe if you want to use the traditional words, Dharmakaya. Dharmata. Okay. So that's the first. The second quality in Buddhahood is his peace itself. What does mean his peace itself? Buddhahood is enlightenment, is peace. It does not mean just you are relaxed, you are calm down, walking slowly. No, not that matter. No. Okay. Of course, someone who is in the peace, it looks like calm and walk slowly, talk slowly. But Buddhahood's peace is not really that one. More than that, okay? Much, much more than that. Anyway, uh, uh, that state of peace of enlightenment is, is like once you achieved fully state of enlightenment, your concept, thoughts, any particular that things are related with the condition are extremely gone. Totally free from any sort of concept, any sort of thoughts. Mental totally being in extremely free fabrications. It becomes just vast space, the vast ocean which has no repair of waves. The mind has no slightly repairs of thoughts, movement. It is so calm, so deep, so real, so clear, so fresh. So, so that way, state of enlightenment, Buddhahood is calm, no partiality, yet equanimity, no rising in any concepts, thoughts in it, yet everything's shining there through the wisdom, knows everything, sees everything, understands everything without concept. This is difficult to understand, okay? We will talk later. Buddha has no concept, no idea, no thought, but he knows everything. How is it possible that? For ordinary sense, impossible. But something go beyond the conditional things, so then it is possible. Okay, second one. Second one is peace. We will continue explain these things again and again and again, okay? There's 3 shlokas talk about state of Buddha. All these 3 shlokas repeat these 6 qualities again and again in a little bit different way. So make sure that we understand really what is the Buddha. Okay, then peace itself. Fully self-awaked and self-expanded in the Buddhahood. Okay, fully self-awake means quite easy, that one. Self-awake means the reality of true nature sees, knows by self-awareness wisdom. Here says fully self-awaked and expanded in Buddhahood. In this commentary explains that awaked or realization of true nature of existence are or is not dependent on outer conditions. No matter how you trying to use technique, methods, skills, using them to realize true nature of the mind, it is impossible. Do you understand that? Mechanism cannot, nothing to do. Intellectual, nothing to do with the realization, cannot do. even artificial intelligence, you can learn a lot from that, that's a technology, but you cannot really know who you are out of using these techniques. Because those are the designs for the object, to know, to cut, to analyze, to examine the objects. Those designed for the objects, then those, that's technologies, methods cannot do anything to the subject. Here, realization is subjectivity. Subject, like, the mind, conscious should be known by its own awareness, wisdom. Do you understand that? I hope so. Learning contemplates is support to realize the true nature of the mind, support enlightenment. Real enlightenment is one should look within by oneself. Okay? One should to analyze one's own mind and meditate upon it. Be aware. Outer conditions cannot support to you to realize. No matter what kind of methods and technique you use for realization, no matter how you are intelligent, smart, and skillfully explained everything, but that does not mean you know your mind. Problem. So here, real means one should work to your own mind by yourself. Awareness, trying to see the nature of the mind by the mind. So therefore, here says, fully awakened and self-explained Buddhahood. That will be explained later, more, okay? Later, more explained. And having reached the state, he shows indestructible permanent path to those who have no realization may realize. The first three qualities we have mentioned: uncompounded natural, and peace, and self-realization. Okay, these 3 points are benefit for oneself. Okay, someone who achieved state of these 3 qualities in the mind, that means you are free from ego clinging, disturbing emotions, and ignorance, whatever may be. So that is the profoundly benefit for oneself. One totally free from conditional existence, and it becomes like, that's the presence of samsara. Okay? Self-benefit. First 3 qualities makes you self-benefit. Makes enlightened being self-benefit. Okay, then second 3 qualities are more direct to the benefit for the others. The first one is, in that case, he says, once someone who achieved state Buddhahood, then he is ready to show the path for the others, how he or she achieved that state of Buddhahood. So here, that way, he says, having reached this stage, he shows the indestructible, permanent path. What I mean by that? Indestructible, permanent path. Path to the Dharmakaya. Okay. Path to the true nature of reality, or path to the incompound, uncompounded phenomena. That first quality here we said, there is no beginning, no middle, no end. That state of realization is the permanent, is the indestructible. So to show path to that state of nature. Do you understand it first? Buddha shows what? Buddha shows path. Path for what? Path of enlightenment. What I mean by that? It is the permanent forever something. Okay? Permanent forever something. Timeless. We usually call the timeless wisdom. We usually call undestructible nature of the mind. Okay. Show that to the sentient beings through the path, different path. Let us realize that. Permanence, so path, those who no realization, have no realization, may realize within the supreme words and Vajra knowledge and compassionate love, he cut the ceiling of suffering, the destroying the wall of doubts, along with his surrounding things around the view. I bow down to the Buddha. In that case, in order to benefit for the countless sentient beings, the first Buddha obtained the wisdom. Wisdom achieved the Buddha because he achieved this timeless wisdom and great peace, and also self-awareness wisdom. Altogether, these first three qualities, because he achieved that state, then he must have the wisdom. The wisdom is omniscient wisdom. May I use these words? Omniscient. I don't know if this is suitable to the Buddhist teaching or not. Omniscient wisdom. Know everything. Okay, first Buddha has this omniscient wisdom in order to do benefit for the others. Okay. First point. And the second one is Chinze, Tsewa, love and compassion, according to here, compassionate love. So, since enlightenment contains a lot of love and compassion, result of love and compassion, so therefore, one reached the Buddhahood means one reached the highest level of love and compassion. That love and compassion becomes unconditional love and compassion. So therefore, Buddha knows how to show the path to the other sentient beings because he possessed omniscient wisdom. And Buddha must show the path to the sentient beings because he has love and compassion. Can you imagine these two things together in the one person? Then he is excellent, really Buddha. If missing one of these point, if someone who has great love and compassion, but having no wisdom, he's that kind of, the person, not that much, that's having ability to show the path to the sentient beings because the wisdom is missing. On the other hand, someone who has great wisdom, but lack of love and compassion, And then again he would say, I don't care. I have wonderful mind. Whatsoever maybe you experience, I don't care. He or she could say that. Since Buddha, someone who enlightened, possessed these two things, so therefore highly qualified or highly having ability to show the correct path to the sentient beings. And then here says, within the supreme swords and the Vajra, knowledge and compassionate love. There's two things. Here, the illustration or metaphor, sword and Vajra, is compared to the wisdom and love compassion. Wisdom is usually explained through the illustration of a sword. And the compassion, love and compassion is Vajra, unmistakable. So here, how we should understand that wisdom is a sword. Is it sword? Sword? Yes. Sword. It's because you see the Manjushri holds sword. Okay? He is the embodiment of the wisdom. That means that significance of that's what cuts the root of samsara. The root of samsara is ignorance, none other than ignorance. If someone removed or cut the root of ignorance, that means the samsara has disappeared. So this sword is a representation of wisdom. So wisdom is a direct opposition to the ignorance. So more you learn, you contemplate meditation, you gain more knowledge, wisdom. That much ignorance disappears you. More you let on the darkness, darkness becomes thing and thinker and eventually disappears. So wisdom is a direct opposite or antidote to the ignorance. So ignorance is a root of samsara. So therefore, sword be able to cut the ignorance. So it is compared to sword. And the Vajra is usually compared to the methods, Vajra methods. So love and compassion is methods, okay? Methods. So here it is quite clear to us, even we have the Lord of wisdom, knowledge, and we don't have much love and compassion towards others, we could not do much things, okay? We could not do much things. Love and compassion is a great skill, methods, for benefit for the other sentient, to do benefit for the other sentient beings. That's true. So therefore, methods are love and compassion. And so it is clear. So in order to do something benefit for sentient beings, not only the benefit for sentient beings, but any kind of practice and regular practices in the Buddhist tradition, you have to have both wisdom and methods. You cannot give up and choose one from others. You should to take these two things. Wisdom methods are equally important. These two things are just compared to the wings of the birds. If you wanted to fly in the space of Dharmakaya, Buddhahood, you need two wings. Wisdom only cannot reach to the love and compassion. Then, there is possible to fly the way to the Buddhahood. So these things we should learn the very beginning time. It's not something to do at the end, or maybe once you get Bodhisattva's bhumi, or maybe you become a great practitioner, but it's to do with now, right now, here. Okay? Even you just practice Jianese, you should know these two things apply. If you do short meditation, there's something to say, aspect of methods, aspect of wisdom. Always there, always trying to keep, okay? That's important. I just, that's not in this subject, but I see this is also important. We are all practitioners. We should know how to practice step by step. Some of us may say, I only like to meditation, don't like to recite mantra. Okay. Some of may say, I just want to learn, don't want to practice. Okay. Some of we may say, physical, verbally, accumulated merit is not that much important to me. Just sitting, breathing, meditation, it's okay. All these things are falling into the extreme. Okay? We should to give up the extreme way to practice, to, how to say this is, bring to these two methods of wisdom, inseparability, nature, and one-pointedness, and one lifetime, and one on the one cushion. It would be very good. Okay. So then, there's it says, compassion and love, he cuts the seedling of the suffering and destroys the walls and the doubts along with the surrounding thick various views. So when Buddha taught the teaching is not just only for the cut roots of suffering. Yeah, mostly that one, cut roots of samsara and suffering, mostly for that. But at the same time, what happens is destroy the wall of doubts. That is there is something to do with on the wall. You print a lot of pictures on it. Okay. Nobody not sure what is correct, what is really the best. Everybody says, mine is really good. My picture is good. Your draw is not that much good. Okay. And others says, no, this picture is something. What you explain is not. There are a lot of debates. This wall is a doubtful place where the draws a lot of pictures, a lot of ideas. Okay. Do you understand what I'm talking about? That is the ancient time in India. Lot of ideas, lot of philosophy, lot of concepts, lot of religious beliefs drawn in the big land of India. So each other debate doubtfully, very doubtfully, not sure which one is really correct. Each says, each one once is correct. You are not correct. There are a lot of drawing pictures on these lines, and the philosophical, religious ideology, the most of them so sophisticated. So once Buddha come on this earth, 2,500 years, he destroyed the world. Do you understand that? He is revolutionary. He's not that. That's not correct. That's not. And what he says. So he says, various views, surrounding thick, various views. Buddha is a destroyer of the view. Do you understand that? Really destroyer of a view. Any particular views you hold that matter of religious or philosophy, Buddha destroyed all this view. Nagarjuna followed with this Buddha's teaching. Any kind of view is the place where you trapped. Your mind's not liberate, but you're clinging, grasping on that. This is mine. My view is emptiness. Yentong, Rangtong, all this clinging, grasping happens due to the view exists. In fact, the Buddhist, the last state of the Buddhist teaching, like a Mahayana, Madhyamaka, and Tantric, we don't establish any view. We destroyed other view. Do you understand that? Probably you understood that. If you look at the what called this Umalanjukpa, Madhyamaka Avatara teachings, and also Nagarjuna's philosophy. All there explains, they're just destroying, removed others' view. Whatsoever established view, whether this is a philosophy view or religious view, at the end they are destroyed the view, removed the view. But they are not established view by themselves. If you establish the view by themselves, that means you are still in the dualistic view. Because you have the view. You are clinging, you are grasping, you are clinging that view. Because of that, you are not totally free from the dualistic view. If you say, I exist, if you have the view, I exist, naturally, then you have to say, others exist too. This is, the idea I exist is, okay, I don't go that way too much. Anyway, all the views are destroyed. Are you clear? This is a little bit of philosophical teaching, okay? The last one is philosophy teaching. You should know, as modern historians says, Buddha is a revolutionary. That's true. Because once Buddha come, he enlightened, he knows the truth, and then his explain is a little bit challenged to the others' view. All these others' views pre-existed Buddha's times are doubtful to everybody. Okay. Okay. So then that's in these 6 qualities, the last 3 qualities for the benefit for the others. Qualities which is for the others' benefit. First, omniscient mind, wisdom. Second one is love, compassion. And the third one is ability. That's ability, yes. Ability to get rid of wrong views, doubts, sufferings. So Total together, these six qualities describe Buddhahood, enlightenment. The first sentence. Okay, first shloka. Now we come to the second shloka. Being uncreated and spontaneous presence. First Tibetan, okay. Duma shejin lenje trup, yinji jinji to memba, chendan tsedan nubadi, duni demba sanje ni. Being uncreated and spontaneously present, not a realization due to the external conditions, within knowledge, compassion, love, and ability. Buddhahood has the qualities of the two benefits. Now this shloka is a repetition. There's no much, that's a new thing to say, but above shloka mentioned the six qualities. That quality is again one more repeat. Two more repeat. First, being uncreated is enlightened natural. Buddhahood is not created phenomena, not created by mentally, not created by other conditions. It is a really natural, uncompounded state of reality, non-conditional reality. So therefore, the above shloka says there's no beginning, no middle, no end, which definitely says uncreated, not created by conditions, but it's a natural state of reality, permanent, forever. Dumache, in Tibetan words, dumache. Here we should know in this world, in this universe, whatsoever may be something exists and the materialistic level, or even the mind, consciousness level, all are pretty much depend on the cause and conditions. Through the cause and conditions, create them. Okay? Either those are the objects, like material objects, or subject consciousness. Those are the composed phenomena. Those that can be cut and whatever may be, that's composed. For instance, this table is composed objects. Woods, parts, different shapes, composed table. The tree are the composed objects. The branch, leaf, tongue together becomes a tree. So all these composed, conditional, dependent existence are impermanent. There's nothing permanent. There's nothing forever. It has a beginning point, it is a middle point, it is ending point. But here, Buddhahood is not that kind of a reality. Buddhahood is beyond to be this conditional existence. So therefore, uncreated. So that way, Buddhahood must be forever. Buddhahood must be permanent. As I use the term like anyway, okay. Uncreated, first one. Then spontaneous presence. That spontaneously present is explaining to this peace. The Buddha's enlightened second quality is the peace, great peace. That peace is, we have discussed something that your mind gone beyond to the concept, thoughts, ideas. It is a totally non-conceptual level, non-thought level. There's no slight ripples of thoughts arise in enlightened Dharmakaya. You could say cosmic consciousness or universal consciousness, but I don't want to use these words here. It's not that much refers. Anyway, so that piece is spontaneously present. Okay, so in that case, you may think, in that case, you have no conscious, no mind. Enlightened beings have no mind. You could say that, I agree with that. The conditional mind, conditional consciousness are gone to the Dharmakaya, dissolves into the state of Dharmakaya. There's no conditional mind, conditional consciousness. But somehow here mentioned spontaneously present. What is spontaneous presence is wisdom. Wisdom spontaneously present means here spontaneously, effortlessly, without having any idea, concepts, things are be done. Okay? That is the distinguished Buddha's activity from the ordinary sentient. The ordinary sentient beings like us, when we trying to do something, we have to think first. Okay? Our actions follow idea. Okay? Even you want to move hands from here to that the thoughts slightly involved there. Even you call the name of somebody, first you recognize that person, then you remember the names. All those are the actions related with concept thoughts. Okay? So without the concept thoughts in your mind, idea, for us, impossible to make communication to the others. Very much impossible. If you have no idea, your brain's totally empty. No past, no present, no future, no events appears in the brain and the mind. There's no way to make communications, actions, and teachings. But enlightened beings are different. Even enlightened beings, the thought, the concept disappeared into this vast space of Dharmakaya, but spontaneously present. What is spontaneously present? Wisdom. That wisdom has nothing to do with the concept, idea. The wisdom directly knows, recognizes values of things unmistakably, as well as nature of the things directly. So therefore, the wisdom is spontaneously present in the enlightened mind, even though there's no concept, ideas. Not at all, but wisdom are spontaneously present. So therefore, since there's no thought, concepts, ideas, emotions, mind is total peace, the great peace, profoundly peace. Within this peaceful mind, one has a lot of wisdom manifestations. So this wisdom is not really conceptually idea, intellectual mind. That is come out of meditative experience and then recognize. This is unconceivable, inconceivable. In Mahayana Sutra, some Mahayana Sutra, or many Mahayana Sutras, especially the Panchaparamita Sutras, emphasis to the talk, Buddha have no concept, no idea. All this, that's a dualistic view is gone into the state of Dharmakaya. Then question is, Buddha Shakyamuni, like, example, Buddha Shakyamuni. Does Buddha Shakyamuni ever knows Ananda? Recognized Ananda? So conceptually, no. Because Buddha have no concept. Conceptually, Buddha never thought about Ananda. His lifetime's follower. Ananda is always with him, mostly. Okay. But Buddha has a wisdom. Through the wisdom, Buddha understands the Ananda. Anyway, okay. So that is the first, and the second quality Buddha. Don't forget, okay? First quality is uncompounded phenomena, uncompounded natural, forever, timeless. And the second one, great peace, means totally free from the concept ideas. And yet spontaneously, wisdom manifests, okay? Then third one is not realization due to extraneous conditions. As I mentioned before, that state enlightenment, Buddhahood, or true nature of the mind, whatever maybe we use the term, this is external conditions never manage to recognize, realized. Even you use the very powerful machine to your head, trying to see the nature of the mind. It is impossible. Even you use any kind of external outer conditions to recognize your subjectivity, your nature of the mind, impossible. The subjectivity recognized by itself. Consciousness or maybe mind should to realize by itself. Mind look at the mind, constantly watching, aware, observe, meditate upon it. You cannot recognize natural mind, intellectual mind. You cannot recognize natural mind using mechanism, machines, artificial intelligence. You can learn a lot from them. Especially nowadays, artificial intelligence quite interesting. They teach a lot of things, really. But they don't teach how to remove the suffering. And the problem, only the remove the root of suffering difficulties, one has to recognize natural one, who you are. So that is, that's a self-awareness wisdom has to apply in your life. Okay. Realization due to the, not a realization due to extraneous conditions. Okay, this is the three qualities. So these qualities are benefit for oneself. Once Buddha attained these qualities, that means Buddha, he himself or she herself totally free from the defilement, conditional difficulties, and the karmic tendencies, so on. The next qualities again, radiant knowledge, compassionate love, and ability. Buddhahood has quality of two benefit. So then, because of Buddha, extremely free from the defilement, ignorance, and what we call this karmic obscurations. So therefore, Buddha obtained great wisdom. We can use the omniscient wisdom, omniscient mind. So that way, Buddha has ability to teach the path for the liberation. And the second one is compassionate and love, seva. And since very beginning time, Buddha practiced love and compassion together with wisdom. So the love and compassion achieved highest level when Buddha enlightened. So that way, Buddha has great love and compassion. That makes Buddha is a really great person, someone who do benefit for the other. These two qualities. And then the third quality is the ability. Ability here means Buddha be able to cut the doubts of any sentient beings. Not only the doubts, but cut the views of any philosophical view, materialistic view. Probably you don't understand that means what. View is a belief. We could say belief system. Buddha cuts all the belief. Once you know exactly what is the truth, belief system's gone. Belief is necessary, useful before you realized the truth. If you see the truth, belief have no place to have in your mind. What for? Then believe. Buddha food has quality of two benefits. So therefore, three qualities makes benefit for oneself, and the next three qualities for the benefit for the others. So therefore, Buddha food is fully accomplished two beneficial, two benefits, self-benefits, other benefits, okay? Fully, completely. It's not temporarily benefit, okay? Temporarily gaining some material things we count benefit to oneself and benefit for others. But here, when we talk about Buddha food, it is not temporary, forever benefit. One be able to cut the root of suffering and ignorance forever. There must forever benefit oneself. One be able to develop the wisdom and love and compassion forever. That means forever benefit for the others. See, Buddha food is really much, much higher, much, much excellent, much, much profound than the materialistic level. Little benefits, like, at the same time, little benefits we need. So therefore, as practitioners like us, what we should have aim on the motivation in that, during the practice, we should have the two benefits. Benefit in the temporary and ultimate benefit. We should look at that. All the practitioners, when you practice, no matter what kind of practice you do, either genesi, meditation, studying, Guru Yoga, at the very beginning time, one has to some kind of the aim and the motivation. Why I sitting on the cushion? What is the purpose? So you should have in mind two benefits. In this case, benefit in temporary benefits and ultimate benefit. You should always creating in mind that kind of intention. Temporal benefit means just temporarily what you're looking for. It is, that's the human conditions. Someone who look for the good job, good partners, healthy, happy mind. And because of that, we are sitting in the meditation. You can have that, okay? You can have that. Everybody has that. That's temporal benefits because I'm sitting like that. And together, don't forget, the most important one, don't stop there, okay? Motivation, intention, don't benefit for our sentient beings. That I, sooner or later, achieve enlightenment out of this kind of practice. So then I could do a lot of benefit countless sentient beings. Do you understand that? That motivations must need during the practice. Otherwise, we are not counted as Mahayana practitioner. One should have the two, okay? Even you are great practitioner, you may not have much first motivation. First, there's a temporary benefit. You are not much looking for it. Your entire aim and attitude is to become enlightenment. For what? I want to Lord benefit for our sentient beings. But if we could not do that much, that kind of practitioner, but at least don't forget having attitude, having motivation to achieve enlightenment. That makes your practice is great. You gain a lot of courage because you are not looking narrow mind here, only me. Your mind naturally expanding to the sentient beings benefit for Buddhahood. You are ready to go the enlightenment. Do you understand that? That makes really different. Practitioners really different. Oh yeah. Two benefits. So here, again, another thing we should understand that 6 qualities plus these 2 benefits. Total 8. You will see sometimes 8 qualities explained in 8 qualities. These 2 benefits features just count here. It is just, that's a subdivision. First set benefits has 3 qualities. Other benefit has 3 qualities. These 2 benefits features are subdivision of 6. Total 8. Okay, don't forget. Now you start to know what is the Buddha. Okay, keep in your mind what is the Buddha. When you say, I take refuge to the Buddha, means you have answer what is the Buddha means here. Okay. Then next shloka, last shloka in this point is again same. Repeat again one more time. It is funny. There's a Uttaratantra Shastra teaches in that way. First, short presentation of shloka, and then example, and then meaning, and then together. One point explains in 4 or 5 shlokas, always like that. So then here we have this 3rd shloka. Its nature is without beginning, middle, and end. Hence, the state of Buddha is uncreated. Since if it is possessed peaceful dharmakaya, it is described as being spontaneously present. Since it must be realized through self-awareness, it's not a realization due to the external conditions. These 3 aspects being realized, then there is knowledge. Since the path is shown, there's compassionate love. there's ability, since mental poisons and sufferings are relinquished by primordial wisdom and compassion through the through the first three. There is a benefit for oneself. Through the later three, there is a benefit for others. And it's similar, now the same exactly. Its nature is without beginning, middle, and end. Hence, the state of Buddha food is uncreated. Its nature means the nature of the Buddha food. Enlightenment nature is forever, permanent, uncompounded nature. So therefore, it is not created by any conditions, not mental conditions, not external other conditions, not created. Since it is possessed the peaceful Dharmakaya, it is described as being spontaneously present. It possessed peaceful Dharmakaya. Dharmakaya is almost the same as the first the point, uncreated phenomena. Dharmakaya is nature of phenomena. Okay, nature of phenomena is Dharmakaya. Do you understand that? A little bit difficult, really difficult when we talk about Dharmakaya. Shunyata. Literally, Dharma is existence, phenomena. Table is Dharma in this case. Sensory objects, Dharma. Mental objects, Dharma. Kaya is form. And that what form is not appearance aspect. Tree appears in front of eye. Tree is not Dharmakaya, but nature of the tree is Dharmakaya. Then what? Nature of tree is what? Nature of tree is emptiness. Yet, nature of tree is manifestation. Emptiness, manifestation, inseparability, reality. Form is emptiness, emptiness form. That's the Dharmakaya. That two aspects that ordinary person like us, for us appears separately. Emptiness means something. Appearances is something, other thing. For us, in dualistic view, and conceptual level, these two aspects always have different entities, different, that appears to in the conceptual level. And the reality, that two things cannot be separate each other. Tree and emptiness of the tree cannot be separate each other. What is the tree nature is emptiness. The emptiness itself, the tree, sounds crazy, but true. Look at the tree. You would see the tree clearly. You can show the tree to the other. Nobody denies that there's no tree. There is a tree. If a tree really exists there, there's a tree. That's how we, and relatively described. And relatively, we don't deny the tree. And relatively, in a relative level, we accept everything what appears to us. Okay? What see, what hear, what we can, the talk, or everything exists in relatively. We don't deny that. We should understand that. That does not mean the trees really exist. When we plus the word really exist, then you have to rethink what mean by the really exist. I can see, I can touch, I can show the tree to you. Is that really exist? I would say, no, that does not really exist. That does not make really exist tree. Then what is the means that really exist? You have to search the tree and the form of the tree, the object tree. Which one is the tree? This branch is not tree. That branch not. This branch is not tree. Leaves not. Tongues not tree. Besides there's no tree. Each of parts is not tree. So tree is just your idea, the name, concept, label to the different part of tree. Besides idea, name, there's no really tree. Independently intrinsic nature tree does not exist at all. That's easy to understand, very easy. You have to have little logic. Probably animals does not have this ability to know. Humans. So therefore, in the Mahayana Buddhism, you say things are just your idea. It's just an empty name. It does make sense, really. And historically, searching for the self. Example like in the chariot, I don't know how to call it, Shinta. That, this logic is used to explain a very long time in the Buddhist society. Particularly, I saw that, one of the Greek king. Okay, we don't go this way, okay? So therefore, Dharmakaya means, Dharma is the existence phenomenon, Kaya it is natural, real natural. So means whatever appears existing have no intrinsic nature, independent nature, it is empty nature. That empty nature appearing, that's without having intrinsic nature is that form. So these appearances, emptiness cannot be separate each other. So therefore, when we practice Mahamudra, a lot of these union things mentioned. Clarity, union with the emptiness. Bliss, union with the emptiness. Appearances, union with the emptiness. All these things we are mentioned is Dharmakaya. Do you conceptually, intellectually, probably you understand that. Probably you understand that. So therefore, since Buddhahood possessed great peace, mental phenomena ceased, yet this Dharmakaya wisdom presents in their wisdom mind. Therefore, it is spontaneously. Spontaneously means I mentioned before, just that without effortlessly, without thoughts and the concept, idea, guide your action. It happens. It's funny. It's really funny. When we do something, action should be guided by the idea. Even we need maps, diagrams, and ideas thought. But Buddha's activity is spontaneously functioning. It is, I don't know how to say that, spontaneously manifests. It's spontaneously, And then here says, it describes the being in the spontaneous presence, and since it must be realized through the self-awareness, it is not a realization due to external conditions. We have mentioned that. We have already mentioned, probably you understand that the experience of enlightenment or dharmakaya or true natural mind at the end, really self-awareness, wisdom, recognize and realize that. We could say order conditions temporarily necessary. For instance, learning script and being with the Sangha Guru, having the teacher and the Guru, and using the temples, statues, tankas, rituals, all of them temporarily benefit for the realized natural mind. It needs, because we are ordinary person, we are beginner, we need, without them, suddenly we could not jump into the Dharmakaya, enjoy Dharmakaya. We could not do that. We have to go step by step, and that's having these conditions, necessary conditions, trying to collect, and then go through that. And at the end, one has to drop all these things. Means Dharma, the practice of Dharma should be known like a bow. Bow is necessary to cross the ocean. After you reach the other shore, nobody worry about the bow. Just drop there, go continue. Similar things, this use for temporary techniques as a need for the beginners. Eventually, one has to look at your own mind, by mind. Self-awareness, conscious presence, which means meditation, Mahamudra meditation. Be aware, okay? Depend on the meditation experience, not outer objects at the end. So therefore, here mentions real Buddhahood cannot achieve through the outer conditions, okay? I just mentioned a lot of these things, like, that's examples, there's different techniques, mechanisms, that's artificial intelligence, no. And then 3, spontaneous presence, since the master be realized, and it is not a realization due to this. These 3 aspects of the beings realized. There is wisdom, knowledge, okay. Because enlightened beings obtained these first 3 aspects, then that particular person or enlightened being naturally obtains wisdom, knowledge, which is the omniscient wisdom. That is something to do for the others. Okay, first, knowledge. Since the path shown, there is compassionate love. Since every, the Buddha, enlightened beings show the path for the sentient beings, the reason why is they have fully loved compassions. The 2 qualities for the benefit of second qualities. And the third quality is there's ability, since the mental poisons, sufferings, and relinquished by the primordial wisdom and compassion through, so Chinse Nupa. Also, the third point for benefit for the others is Nupa, ability or power obtained to the enlightened beings, Buddhas, because Buddha has ability to get rid of seed of sufferings from others and destroy the wall of doubtful views or these things. We have mentioned that before, okay? And then, there's a promote wisdom, compassion. So all total together, the first three, there is a benefit for oneself. Through the latter three, there is a benefit for the others. So total together, 6 points, 6 qualities described Buddhahood. And sometimes you see the 8 qualities. 8 qualities, none other than this benefit for oneself, benefit for others. These subdivisions added to the 6, total 8. Okay, so more or less we have described, explained the Buddhahood. What is the state of enlightenment, Buddhahood? So probably you understand quite okay now. Keep in your mind, not just in your book. Look at often. Try not to forget who is the Buddha. What is the Buddha? If somebody asked you, what is the Buddha? Don't answer like a wonderful person, a great teacher. Okay, that is partially you answered, but it's not really, fully answered. You have to say qualities of enlightenment. You should say, okay, Buddha means when someone achieved enlightenment means first unconditional, so on. Anyway, if you have any questions, we do little questions.
Hello, Khenpo. Buddha nature is permanent.
Yeah.
What is impermanent is emptiness.
Buddha nature itself are permanent forever.
And so what is impermanent is emptiness. Is Buddha nature emptiness?
Buddha nature is not emptiness. According to Yentong, according to this teaching, Buddha nature is not emptiness, not impermanence. What is the emptiness is that obscurations of Buddha nature, different types of disturbing emotions, ignorance, karmic tendencies. Because of that, the illusory manifestations of samsara emptiness and not permanent, impermanent. Buddha nature itself is permanent forever, but don't take this permanent as the permanent of opposite of impermanent. Okay, the permanent which is opposite of impermanent. This permanence beyond to be permanent and permanent, which is permanent. Okay, something that that's the unconditional permanent. So if you say the permanent which is opposite of impermanence, then this permanence is conditional permanent, because you can exist due to the impermanence. If there's no impermanence, you cannot have the idea of a permanence too. So Buddha nature is beyond to be these two extremes, permanent and permanent, which is supreme permanence, real permanence. Okay, okay, yeah.
What is mechanism how affliction emotion transform into wisdoms?
What?
How affliction emotion transforming to wisdoms?
Wisdoms.
Wisdoms.
Okay.
5 kind of wisdoms.
Okay. According to our tradition, Kaju tradition, everybody like to disturbing emotions are transform into the wisdom. Okay. Then how? First step is you should to know that your natural mind is Buddha nature. First step. Not only you heard from somebody, you learn from the teachings, but you should have a more or less trust, confidence that my nature is enlightened. I have Buddha nature. Definitely I have it. You should feel it. You should see it. You should trust it. That means you trust yourself, actually. That's the big steps to transforming. With this acceptance, trust, you are quite pretty much transformed already. You can have disturbing emotions often, but it's deep down, you know, I'm fine. In the deep down, I'm stable. Like that I have something there very precious in my life. So that idea accepted is big steps transform. Then second step is with this confidence, knowledge, understand, you should watch in your mind, aware of mind, aware of you constantly. During the meditation, you may not have any reflections, contemplations. Just simply be in the presence, peaceful, calm, relaxed, yet joyfully, because the Buddha nature is there, joyfully trying to see, observe your mind. You're supposed to feel, I observe my Buddha nature, enlightened mind, without thinking. And the posture meditation I mentioned before, yesterday, you should constantly always reflect, contemplate the quality of you, that which is inherently have an enlightened quality. You have the love, you have the compassion, you have the, that's a wisdom, you have the other, all these wisdoms. Even you are not really, that's experience that, but conceptually, intellectually reflect upon it. Morning, afternoon, evening, even just, before you sleep in the bed, feel that. Okay. When you wake up with this feeling. So wonderful. I have that, Buddha nature, enlightened qualities. Just, that's 3 seconds. Don't forget, notice and somewhere. Each time, 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. That gives a lot of affection in your life. Then trying to repeat it again and then as many as you can. The best practice is that one. No matter what you practice, this is really best practice. I'm not talking about the therapy for the psychology therapies. I'm talking about the practice in the meditation, contemplation meditation, really good. Okay, then eventually, more and more you do that, more and more this Buddha's, qualities becomes stable in your mind. And more you feel it, eventually feel warmth of wisdoms feel in your body. And eventually, not only that, you experience and then recognize, come to like that. Okay?
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I have a question, omniscient wisdom. Can you maybe explain the difference between the wisdom and the knowledge? I mean,
Okay.
is wisdom more like experience or intuition, or can you elaborate
Okay.
a bit more?
Knowledge, experience, wisdom. These three things are different. These three things are a sort of procedural developed in our practitioner's mind. First is knowledge. Knowledge is a purely conceptual level, intellectual level. For instance, you said Dharmakaya, emptiness, Buddha nature, especially the true nature of existence. If you learn in the scripture from teacher, you have good idea about it. You have good knowledge that is intellectual, conceptual understanding what is the reality, okay? But that knowledge is very, very, that's a less affect your mind. Knowledge cannot be much make affection, change your life. Knowledge is so dry. Professors can have a lot of knowledge, but sometimes a very narrow mind. Could be narrow-minded person. So this knowledge should be eventually go much deeper in your mind through the reflection and contemplation. And if you take in the knowledge, what you know about how things are, and deep thoughts again and again, then it does make more sense. Does make more sense, and then doubts disappear eventually, and then there's what you have confidence, and the knowledge confidence built in your mind. Eventually, you should to being, or you should to bring into the meditative concentration. Means meditative concentration, knowledge, trying to integrate in together. Okay? So here, meditative concentration brings experience. Joyful, thoughtless, clarity. Those are the result of meditative concentration. Shene, shamatha. Knowledge is different. Knowledge is knowing something. Once you have know something, you have the really trust, confident that confident trust bring to the object of meditation. Do you understand that? How? Like when you use the breath for the meditation, you be aware of the breath. Or maybe you use the small objects for the meditation. Your mind let's be with this book. Constantly be aware, stay. Then, in this case, knowledge. You are not intellectually thinking, but there's some sense of confidence, trust, how things really are. Becomes support to the meditative concentration. You are stay with this understanding. You are being with this understanding that how things really are. Another way to the egolessness, state of egolessness, reality. And because if you do that meditation more, then experience come. Second, experience means it's no more in the intellectual mind. It is that intellectual mind has nothing to do. Experience is more deeper. It is something like, there's a feeling, something there, experience. And experience is more go deeper and deeper. Then realization, it's a wisdom born. Okay, first step is earn knowledge. Second step is experience through the meditation. And at the end, third, achieve the state of wisdom. The wisdom is the unification, inseparably inseparability, knowledge and meditative experience come together and becomes one point. Okay.
One more question to that wisdom. We all know how we can help others with our knowledge if we know something. How can we help other people with our wisdom? What do we actually do with our wisdom to help other people?
You mean that we know that other people possess has knowledge, and how we should know that other people has wisdom. You question that?
Now, how do we actually help other people when we have achieved wisdom?
How we should to help other
Because
people?
we want to help other people. We know we want to be.
That is easy. If you achieve the wisdom, then it's easy. Today said that spontaneously. We already mentioned spontaneously happened. Even you do not have to have any efforts. Don't think about it in that case. It happens to you. Yeah.
Dear Khenpo, can I ask a question?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, actually, it's more or less the same direction. You said Buddha knows everything. What is this everything?
Everything is you and me and there and that's it. Every situations, any situations. Everything means any situations. Both and the situation is samsara and the situation is nirvana. Buddha knows that everything, anything without mistake, because Buddha obtained the wisdom called discriminating wisdom. The power of discriminating wisdom knows everything without mistake. For instance, somebody asked to any questions, Buddha know the correct answer, reply, and so on, so on, so on. Yeah, everything. At the same time, Buddha knows everything does not exist in reality. Yeah.
Once again?
At the same time, Buddha realized everything does not exist in the reality.
Okay. So the phenomena in their nature, he knows everything.
Yeah. Buddha knows various types of phenomena and the natural phenomena. There's two types of wisdom. First wisdom knows everything without mistakenly. 2 plus 2, 4. Buddha wouldn't say 5. 2 plus 2, Buddha don't say 5. Exactly, Buddha say 4. Okay. Like that, everything Buddha knows. At the same time, he has Buddha possessed another type of wisdom called Chitta Chimbayishi. Wisdom which knows natural phenomena. So then, there's Buddha knows these things, also nature too. Yeah.
And if it will be possible at one point to explain 4 seals of Mahamudra.
Mahamudra had
No, 4 seals of Mahamudra.
4 seals of Mahamudra.
Seal, like
Seal.
all phenomena are without existence and their nature of suffering and.
But that is 4 seals of Buddhism.
No, okay, whatever. So of actually it's seals of Mahamudra.
We don't have time, okay, today.
Okay.
Maybe next time. Nam de tam je ze ba ni tom ne ni be nan pam je je ga nan je wa lai chu ba ye se be chol ro wa shu. Okay.
you.